cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind.
Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to, of course, another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Wednesday, I hope you guys are having the most incredible day ever. And today we are building in StrangerVille and we are building a rundown trailer park style house. I haven't thought of a name for this house yet, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call this video, but by the time this goes up, let's hope I've figured out a name, because if not, I'm a little bit concerned. So I have been on a little bit of a grungy rundown build kick recently. I've recently done a musician's apartment and a student apartment, which I will link down below if you'd like to check those out. Please consider doing so after this build. Don't forget, don't you go away just yet. But I decided I'm going to build a trailer park house in StrangerVille because, one, I absolutely love StrangerVille as a world to build in. I think it's absolutely stunning. It's so unique, and I think a lot of build styles really go in this world. I've recently done, it's not recently, that's a lie. I have done a New Orleans style family house in StrangerVille, and that just goes to show that you can do these rundown trailer houses and you can do sort of upmarket New Orleans houses too, and it pretty much caters for any style of build within reason, you know. So as you can see here, you might be thinking, Rachel, there's a lot of items shoved to the left there. Yes, there is. Now these are all, or 99% of them, are debug items. So these are items that are found in the debug menu, and they are items that I have pulled out because I thought I'm gonna need them at some point. So there's some crates, there's some grass, there's some overhangs for windows, and when I say grass, there's also fake grass, which we end up not using because that's just not the vibe I was going for with this build. This is a very, very rundown, overgrown, overcluttered trailer. Now, it actually took me quite a while to do. It probably doesn't seem like it because it's quite a small house. However, there's a lot of detail that goes into this, and I had an absolute blast creating this, so I really hope you guys enjoy this one because I very much enjoyed building this, not for you, but just, you know, just in general. So I really hope you're enjoying this one, and if you are, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Anyway, so we use a lot of items from StrangerVille in terms of landscaping. We use a lot of cactuses, a lot of trees. I don't recall using many debug items for the landscaping because when I started this build, it's currently, what day is it today? It's Monday today. So I am pre-recording again. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back here because I did fall behind for a while there, and now I appear to be caught up, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm back to my usual Wednesday, Sunday upload schedule. And here's hoping if work gets a little bit crazy, I can still stick to that. Obviously, I do have a full-time job in real life, and sometimes life gets in the way of my content creation, which, as upsetting as it is, unfortunately, that's just the way of life. So hopefully we are back on track. I've already started work on Sunday's speed build. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but I am doing a collaboration with one of my very good friends. I'm not going to say who, because I'm hoping to get the speed build out on Sunday for this particular collab, but if I don't want to promise anything. There will be a speed build on Sunday, so it's either going to be the collab or it's going to be another build that I have in the pipeline, so we'll just have to see how it goes really and how work is this week. Anyway, the outside of this house, I'm in love with it. I think it's so intricate and nice. And you guys are going to think this is really weird, but last night I had a dream. I had a dream that I was creating in The Sims, and I was doing a path, and then I outlined the path with dirt. It's such a simple thing, honestly, but it's something that I don't normally do, and I actually dreamt that I was doing the path and outlining it. Clearly I've been building too much recently, given the fact that I'm now dreaming about building. So anyway, that's what I did here, and it just adds a little bit more depth, a little bit more detail to the build. And we use a lot of debug items from the Eco Lifestyle pack, like this broken down car. I think we put a broken down chest of drawers there and a broken cooker in the garden as well. So I can imagine the sim that lives here has possibly pulled these items out of a bin or a dumpster somewhere, and they're thinking, well, I'm going to do these up, I'm going to put a new door on the oven, I'm going to repair the legs on the chest of drawers, and I'm going to give it a lick of paint, and then I'm going to put it in my house. So that's kind of the story behind that. But I think it's so nice doing these builds because you can create a backstory for them, and they're just so interesting. And I had such fun doing my musician's apartment, which is linked down below again if you missed that at the start. But I think you can put a lot of character into these builds, and I have so much fun doing them. And I don't want to say that these are my jam, but I'm going to say it because not only do I enjoy doing them, but I think they turn out really well. And although they're not large builds, they are filled with time, effort and clutter, and I think that, well, I hope that comes across. Anyway, I don't want you guys to ever think that I'm putting content out there that I haven't really tried with, because I always do. But these ones in particular are so much fun to do, so I want to start doing a lot more of these on the channel. So if you guys have any requests or any video ideas that you'd like me to do, if you've got a sim in mind, drop me a comment down below, message me on Twitter or Instagram. My socials are linked down in the description below, so you can shoot me a message, you know, do whatever you want to do. I'm always up for ideas. I'm always up for trying new things on the channel and broadening my horizon as a creator. Yes, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, and then I realized that these lights from I think they're from the toddler stuff pack, would work so well on the outside here, and I actually use them in the blue swatch as opposed to the usual sort of white or cream swatch. And I think they just add, again, a little bit more detail. Not that this lot needs more detail. I mean, look at it. It really is. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot of detail for your eyes to take in here. So we go into the debug menu again and pull out bottles and pizza boxes and all sorts of stuff. And then I decided to put a solar panel on the roof. And then we also put a wind turbine and this, I think that collects rainwater, that I just put around the back there. Because I would have quite liked this to be an off-the-grid house, but I didn't want to constrict myself with the items that I could use. So we ended up not doing an off-the-grid house, but more of a... This sim that lives here potentially doesn't have a lot of money, and they hoard items. They maybe don't have a job, and they just sort of go hunting for different items around the world. And I don't know what kind of sim you would want to move in here, but if you do end up downloading this house, I really hope you enjoy it, because it's filled with love, it's filled with character, and it's filled with a lot of my time. A lot of my time has gone into this build, and as I said before, I've said it about 100 times now, I think. I've really enjoyed doing this one, so I'd love to hear what you guys think of it. But we end up putting a washing line out here as well, and then there's a tub for your sims to do their washing in as well, just because I felt that was a little bit more realistic than putting a washing machine and a dryer in the house. Now when we get into the house, which is going to be in just a minute, I think, just having a look at the footage here, you'll see that it's very, very small. So I did have a little bit of a hard time with the floor plan, so I did the floor plan off camera. I tend to do that anyway, but with this one, a small build, I don't know how people do it. One of my very good friends, Reese Moon, manages to do these tiny houses, and he just seems to know where to put items, and I'm not that person. I'm just not. So here we are, we're on the inside now, just trying to work out what's going to go where. And initially I was going to put 2 chairs on this dining room table, and then I realized that potentially there's probably just one sim living here and I didn't have room to put a second chair on the table, so we ended up just doing the 1 chair, and that's okay. So, and then we do the mismatching cabinets, because I can't remember the last time that I did a build where I used matching cabinets with matching, what are they called? Countertops with matching cabinets. I couldn't tell you the last time that I actually did that. So now we're working on the living space. So I'm going to say now we're working on, but you can see there's 3 rooms. So there's a bathroom, a bedroom, and then there's a kitchen living space with a very small dining area. Now you're probably thinking there's not room to fit a table in there. Oh, I managed to fit it in. So don't worry about that. I mean, it wouldn't have been the end of the world if we hadn't put a dining room table. I think your Sims could have just sat and eaten their food that's how you say it and eaten their food on the sofa here, or even outside. There's plenty of seating outside too, so I don't think it would have been too much of an issue, but I did want to fit a dining room table in here, so that's what we did. And then I had a little bit of a hard time with the curtains, which curtains to use, what to put on the walls, and we do go back and forth a little bit, and normally I would edit this out of the speed build, but because it's not a very it's not a very long speed build, so I ended up just leaving it in here because you can see the process that I'm going through and sort of where my mind was with it. But this table from the Eco Lifestyle pack that's currently in the kitchen, how perfectly does that fit with this style? It's perfect. And I didn't actually realize that it has like a glittery sort of effect on the top of it, which I think is quite a cute idea, quite a cute touch. And so we ended up going with these curtains, or these blinds, I suppose you could call them, from the base game. They're kind of like a dirty green colour with a brown accent. And then we end up using this chair from the Eco Lifestyle pack. And I believe the sofa there, I have used this sofa in the student apartment, but we end up changing the swatch to, I think, the pinky salmon colour, just to change things up a little bit. You know, I don't want to be using the same swatches. Here we go. So I've just changed it to the pink. So it's not very matchy, and there is a reason behind that. I can imagine the Sim that lives here has probably acquired these items from many different places, and they're not really concerned with matching. You know, I mean, look at their house. It's completely chaotic. I think that's probably the best word to describe this house. It is completely chaotic, and we do end up doing the holes and the cracks in the walls as well, just to make it look slightly neglected and run down, but it's still someone's home. I think that was definitely what I wanted to keep as a theme for this house. I would definitely wanted it to be a Sim's home, and I didn't want it to be this, it's kind of dreary, but it looks like there's still love here. That was the main idea with it anyway. And this grate thing, I think it's an air conditioner from the StrangerVille pack, goes really well with the sort of grate from the Journey to Batu pack as well. I thought that was just a really nice touch. I think it just adds to the grunginess, as it were. And this base game brown rug is so expensive. I think it's like 825 simoleons, but I thought I'd put that there just because it looks a little bit, well, it's brown, isn't it? I mean, in the right setting it could look really chic, but in this setting it just looks like it's meant to be here, kind of thing. And then I decided to clutter up the house a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more lived in. And this is not a pack restricted house. I have spoken about this previously, so if you have seen my musician's apartment, I did touch on this slightly there. But I've been doing a lot of base game builds and restricted pack builds on the channel recently, and I really do love particularly doing the pack restricted builds, because I know that for me as a builder it really tests me, but also for you guys it makes the builds more accessible too. So I think it's like a twofold sort of situation with them. But this is not pack restricted. I pretty much use items from every game pack, stuff pack and expansion pack. I don't think there's one that I even left out with this one, I'm going to be honest, but there are builds where I am going to do this, and then there are other builds where I'll do base game, and then there'll be other builds where I do restricted packs. So I just wanted to let you guys, I can speak, I promise. I just wanted to let you guys know where I was at with this. But I do feel like if I'd restricted myself with packs for this build, it wouldn't look anything like this. It wouldn't have looked anything like I envisioned, and it was important to me for it to look a certain way. So that's why we did that. The bathroom only has a shower and a toilet in it. There is a sink in the kitchen, so I don't think for the Sim that lives here that's really an issue. I'm going to be completely honest. They're a bit of a slob, so it's not a problem. And then this bed, I love it, from the Eco Lifestyle pack, from the hidden objects menu, I believe that's in. I think it costs like 25 simoleons. I'm not even joking. I think it costs 25 simoleons, and it's perfect. It's perfect. This is the perfect setting for it. And this bedroom's pretty basic. There's nothing too special about it. There's a bed and a lamp and a chest of drawers and a few decorative items, but that's you know, that's pretty much it. There's nothing too special going on here, guys. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm gonna wrap this up here because this is the last room, and I don't believe I do any more landscaping outside because we are pretty much done, as you can see. Look at this chaos. It's amazing. I love it. I can't wait to do more of these builds on the channel. Again, if you have not subscribed, please consider doing so if you'd like to see more of these builds. I will be doing more of them in the very near future. But I digress. This house is available to download from the gallery. My origin ID, of course, is, drumroll please, RachelPedd. Tray files are available from the description down below. You can download them from SimFileShare. But thank you so much again, everyone, for joining me here today. I hope you're having the most amazing day and you're having the most amazing week. And I will see you next time I post a video. You guys take care. Bye.
Well, when I woke up, she was looking at me. She told me I've been cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind any way. She told me that things was gonna change. If I wanted her, I couldn't stay the same. So I stopped